everyone, and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. This is a list video, first one we've done, and I thought, why not make it my top 10 American Horror Story seasons. It's obviously my opinion here, so don't get upset about that. But yeah, I thought, why not do that? Because, well, season 10 just finished a couple of days ago at time of recording. So yeah, why not? Why not make a video on it? Yeah. So the way this is gonna work is I've got no idea how this is gonna work. But I don't know, I'll count down my top 10, probably give some reasons why, but yeah. With that, let's start with number 10, which is Double Feature. Double Feature, it's the newest season. It wasn't overly good, I didn't think. I enjoyed Red Tide. The first part of the season was good. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as other seasons, but I did like it. And especially towards the end, it sort of went batshit crazy. And it was just awesome. Then we cut to Death Valley, and the first episode of that was very, very much the type of thing that I was like, can this just end now? I don't want to watch this. And yeah, I don't know, it wasn't that good, I didn't think. I feel that they went, right, they want aliens, we'll give them aliens, but in my opinion, I didn't want aliens as in aliens, I wanted aliens as in Asylum aliens, because we've got no idea what the go is with them. Like, that was the whole point of Aliens, I feel, was wrap up the Asylum stuff. Which they could have done, but they didn't, so whatever. Yeah, the last episode of Double Feature went batshit crazy as well, but it wasn't as good as Red Tide. So technically, if you wanted to break this up, I would have Death Valley at number 11, Red Tide at number 10. Neither of them were really good, but yeah. Right, number 9 is Cult. I just didn't really like Cult. I don't exactly know why. I just find it a little bit boring. I do have to say that it is very brutal in the killings, and I love the cult leader stuff. But like, you know, like, especially when it's when it goes to Charles Manson and whatnot, yeah, that was all cool. But I don't know, I just found it boring, honestly. Yeah. Number 8 is Apocalypse, because it was fine. Yeah, it was fine, although, like, really the thing that drops it for me is the fact that they went and undid everything that happened by going back in time. So, essentially, that whole bit in the middle there, where everything happened, doesn't matter anymore. Like, you've made it irrelevant, really. And that's the worst thing anything, like a game, a movie, a TV show, anything can do is make the rest of it irrelevant with the ending. Like, I get sort of the apocalypse movie sort of thing where the world ends. So anything that happened to try and stop it, didn't matter what would happen, it ends. That makes sense. But stopping an apocalypse by going back in time doesn't make sense to me. It just makes everything that you've watched irrelevant for Like, without a payoff, I guess. Without a payoff. Because at least with the world ending, at least that's it. That's done. Nothing's happening after that. But, they stopped that. So the world didn't end. So everything just continues. So there's nothing, yeah. I don't know. I hope you understand what I mean. Number 7 was Freak Show. I like Freak Show. At this point, like, I guess the way to say this is that American Horror Story, right? Even though we're talking about bad seasons and whatnot, as a show, it's still really good. No, it's a really, really good show. So even a bad season is still really, really good. But yeah, Freak Show up. So from 7 upwards are the seasons that are sort of really good. That's just what ones I prefer over the others. So yeah, Freak Show, it's really good. I think that sort of they drag it on a little bit too long, but definitely love the whole, like, at the end there where Dandy shows up and just kills everyone. That's just great. And it's a good season. It's good season. Number 6 I've got is Coven. Most people really, really love this season. I found it good. It was better than Freak Show, I feel, but I'm not greatly into witchcraft and whatnot. Like, it doesn't appeal to me that much. Obviously, like, there's good parts and there's bad parts, like in all the seasons, really. But yeah, it's just not my thing. I found it a little bit more enjoyable than Freak Show, but not by much. It placed there, by a margin that's like very, very, very close. They could swap easily. Number 5, in the top 5, we have Murder House. It's the first season. It was a good season, and I don't know. It was a good season. It was decent. It wasn't the best. Wasn't the worst. It's dead smack in the middle. Really. It's like ghosts and shit are always gonna rank fairly high, because that's sort of what I'm into. Number 4 is Asylum. Because I felt Asylum was better. It was more brutal, with the bloody face murders and whatnot. The story was just awesome, and demons and ghosts and shit like that. Aliens were there, which aliens are aliens. Doesn't worry me. Really the worst thing about this season is the fact that they left the aliens, what's the go with the aliens? And even with this new season where we got aliens, I didn't explain it, so yeah. Number 3 for me is 1984. I've heard a lot of people say that they really don't like 1984. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really fun. I like horror. I like my slashers. This is exactly what that was, except it was American Horror Story, which was fun. And I did like the fact that they changed, Mr. Jingles from being the slasher to being, a character who was pretty much turned into a slasher by somebody else. Like, it was good, and it had ghosts and shit, so that was all. It's all good. Number 2, Roanoke. I find this one to be probably the scariest season of Horror Story. I love it. The Piggy Man coming back from season 1, so I was very happy with that. We had the Chens, which are like The Grudge, which I think honestly is one of the scariest movies I've seen. That's probably because I watched it when I was like 13 or something, very young. And I haven't watched it since, so it would probably change, but I'm not watching it because I don't want to. But yeah, I liked Roanoke a lot. Only one season beat it, and that was just because of the ending, really. And that's number one, Hotel. My favourite season is Hotel. Hotel and Roanoke can change, whenever, if I woke up tomorrow, it might be different. But Hotel is normally the one that I look for the most. It's just great. Like, there's vampires, which doesn't worry me. There's ghosts, which also don't worry me. Really, it's the whole James Patrick March storyline. It's, the Countess storyline is a good one as well. And there's the search for the kid and the Ten Commandments killings, which is the part that I just love. The Ten Commandments killings. They're great. And then the reveal at the end is just awesome. And then we get the whole, Devil's Night was great. I love Devil's Night. All that shit was just, I liked it. I loved it. It was awesome. And it's very much a season where you're watching it, like, I'll come out and say it. When I first watched season 5, I sort of watched season 1, 2, 3, 4, and season 5 had not long come out. So I was watching season 5. I think it might have been 2 months after it had finished or something. I don't know, I can't remember. But I was watching them, all together. And I started watching it, got bored, stopped watching it, and then didn't end up coming back to it. Then I went, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta watch that, and again, got a couple more episodes in than I did the last time, and stopped watching it again, got bored. Then Roanoke started getting promotional stuff, and like the date was coming close to when it came out. So I forced myself to watch it, and in the end I loved it, and it's definitely a season where once you know what's happening, going back and watching it makes it more enjoyable. It's my favourite season. It went from the season I couldn't stand watching to my favourite one, so yeah, that's probably a good reason to put it as number one. Other than that though, I don't know, there's not too many things I can say that are bad about season 5, other than the fact that when you don't know what's going on, it can be a little bit boring. But yeah, those have been that has been my top 10 list of seasons of American Horror Story. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit notification bell, follow the Facebook, Twitter and Twitch, links those are in the description. Let me know your top 10 in the comment section down below, and other than that, thanks for watching, goodbye and good night.